Hello, everyone, once again. It is Friday, and that means it is Teardown Day. So, before we get into it, a couple of housekeeping notices. Just a couple of things. One, I am now the proud owner of a new URL. I own it for at least 5 years, but the plan is to see 5 years later how things are going and probably renew it. I'm going to go and put it in the chat here. Slime.center. https slime.center. If you go to that URL, it will bring you right back here, assuming you are viewing this on Twitch. If you're viewing this on YouTube, then it will bring you right back here if you do https vods.slime.center. That's https://vods.slime.center. And the reason for this is so if the URL where any of these things are hosted ever changes, I can simply reroute them. And so by sending people to slime.center, I will always be able to reroute them to the correct place. And I don't need to worry about anything ever going out of date, because I can change it myself. But that's the primary thing there. And then there's also one for tips. That brings you to the Ko-fi. But last time we cased a mall and did a bunch of petty theft and all the different businesses that operate out of that mall. And this time we are going to actually do a proper heist there. There's a couple of other little neat things that we will address when they come up, but I will leave that to the viewers to discover. So, fun little surprise of some kind. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's get this to display. There we go. Back at our home once again. A whole bunch of tornadoes destroyed Frustrum, which also hit all of the damage that we personally did while stealing stuff. Cold, snowy night out there. What do we got? I remember being irritated last time that we tried to shoot stuff with our gun in order to activate explosives remotely, but the range wasn't good enough, so I'm going to figure that the hunting rifle is for that purpose. So with the petty theft that we did at the mall, we can get ourselves a few different upgrades here. 64 planks, that seems like it'll pay off eventually. We found something. Turns out the ingredients you brought back from Hollow Rock contains an unknown, highly addictive chemical. One of the samples still has the shipping label on it, and it's coming from Evertide's mall. Did some digging into the ownership structure of the mall, and it's got a match on one of Amonatide's holding companies. He's using the mall as a repacking central, so the chemical must be sent to Evertide's from somewhere, repackaged, and then passed on to Hollow Rock. Could you pay a visit to Evertide's and get me the shipping logs? I have a lot of dirt on Amonatide's already, but without the source of his chemical, there's not much I can do. I looked at the leaf blower and it looks like I've already maxed it. Seems pretty effective. Sunny Max tanning beds, Blue Tide bottles. And our new company van. Alright. Let's figure out what we're doing here. Let's check out the one in the shipping container first. Maybe it's movable, you know? Looks like the documents are tied to the shipping container itself, so if we move the shipping container, we move the documents. So this is indeed a relocatable item. This car might be useful, but like, what would we want a van for pulling that around? Or no, we do have access to a crane hook. So we're going to use this to pick up that car and, pick up that shipping container and bring it to somewhere next to one of our existing objectives. That way we can get both at once. Quick save before ever moving any alarmed objects, as always. And that's why. I don't have a destination in mind for this thing yet, so I should check if that one's also movable. Looks like it's attached to the wall, so that's a negative. Hope y'all are doing well, friends. Wow, yeah, that's really powerful now. Nice.
Tality Havoc just cheered 100 bits.
Thank you, as always. I will note and remind everyone that the show is provided free of charge, and make sure never to give any money that you don't have, because I'll be fine, you know? But nonetheless, with that stated, support of the channel is deeply appreciated every time. Just don't put yourself in a hole in order to support me, you know? Okay. We've got a straight shot to that available now. So we can probably just bring a car straight to it and straight out again. So now I want to move the shipping container over that direction. But let's also make this a bit lighter weight. And then we want to make sure that this thing is planked down, that way it doesn't wander away while we're hauling it.
Conley Basher just subscribed for 13 months.
Thank you, Conley. More explosions. Your wish is granted. Eventually. It'll take a minute. I feel very sneaky, by the way. I am pranking every one of my viewers right now. Y'all just don't know it yet. Wow.
Habit just cheered 600 bits.
Thank you. I never thought I'd actually get, like, hype trains, honestly. Back in the day. I'm glad that my passion for these things shines through in a way that y'all appreciate. I've learned about a lot of really fascinating indie games and that do a lot of really fascinating and unique things, and it's my goal to make sure that y'all know about them. You know? Oh, the tire marks. So good. Oh, it's a heater. That's cute. A better curator than deer. Better curator than deer, also the tree that was felled of the ode clade. I think deer wasn't a curator, though, right? Deer was more just a... What was it? An instance artist was the term that deer themselves didn't entirely agree with, but basically said, yeah, that's what others call what I do. Yeah. Zoe has the right of it. Deer made an art exhibit, and the curators for that would be their sponsor, I guess. Okay. This one's the farthest away, so I think the route I'm going to want to do is... I probably want to end over here. That way I can make a mad dash straight to the car afterwards. I might honestly start with this, drive down, crash through this wall and grab that item, plank staircase all the way up to this one. Yeah, that's going to be my tentative route for the moment. Post-money society? I suppose that makes sense. That does... I didn't really think about it, but... it does make sense for that setting. For the folks that don't know what we are talking about, rare pink spray paint, or $69. Nice. It's a nice color. That's what I was saying. Right. Yeah.
F_Zoe_Blackheart just cheered 100 bits.
Make art. I am drawing a complete blank. Gallery Exhibition, A Love Story. That's what it's called. It is a previous stream I've done and is part of a larger setting called Post Self. And Gallery Exhibition, A Love Story in itself is a decent introduction to the setting as a whole. I am also mildly embarrassed to admit that it is and remains the only piece of media of that series which I have consumed. Defacement of pixel art is done by people. Oh. Limited edition video game hoodie worth $200. Not what I wanted. Okay. Reading season. That does sound nice. I mean, there's no way we can't not use that car for something, right? Let's see here. That one in that corner over there is mean. Oh, there is a nice... I recognize that truck. That one's pretty good. Route continues to form. Yeah, absolutely. Therein lies some of my... I kind of figured that might be part of the ideas there, and where some of my hesitation arises. Conley. ISP calendar photo shoot. Yep. That was really surprising, too, because my viewers solved that game. Something I had never done. Was that you, Kippers, that did that? Very good job. I'm just not quite as good at reading people, I guess. But you managed to... Heck, I honestly thought it was part of the game's messaging that there is... like, one of the options that you can do for that game, apart from the obvious of I didn't realize there was something to solve at all, because that's completely missable. But the idea of this situation is completely foobar, and there is no good ending here. There are too many people that are collaborating or know too much here. There are too many potential external forces at play. But you managed to find a... You managed to boil it down to one ringleader and a couple of collaborators who are on my side with the situation. Also, come on, folks. You've had ample time to notice at this point. I know there's a couple of you that already know what the secret is, but... And I'm proud of you for being hush. But the rest of you, come on. You'll get it eventually, I'm sure. I'm just gonna keep playing normally until someone says the magic word. It's a puzzle for y'all. So we go, we grab those, then we hop over and we descend down this thing.
Distracted.
Destructive, huh? Alright. Do a quick save, and... let's get some nice explosions in here. How did I never notice there was a grocery store in this place? Yo, truffle juice. I think my issue with media, and I really don't want people to get the wrong impression when I say this, because I feel like this is a word that has baggage with it. You know what? No, I'm gonna dance around the word instead. I have probably an overactive sense of empathy. And that doesn't mean I'm a mind reader. That's a really stupid way of viewing things, and it is possible to end up viewing things that way, but no, that's not how it works. I end up creating a phantom version of what I think people are feeling without control, and then I feel those emotions as my own. And so I will absolutely sometimes get more upset over some injustice or some problem someone's gone through more than they ever felt over it. And being aware that's like kind of a problem more than anything else is helpful. To be able to analyze it as, no, these are my impressions of what I think folks are feeling, and not I'm a mind reader that's able to tell. God, really? There. It's part of the reason I don't read the news very much, to be honest. That's a good way to put it. I imagine yourself in someone else's shoes. I do that, but I really overextend it, and I do it passively without realizing. Mimic gender stuff, you know? Okay. Got our car ready. So now we can just drop down straight into the car and drive forward to get to that one. Kippers, I actually know exactly what you're talking about, yeah. It's a advertisement that was for traffic safety that says, watch and count how many times the people that are wearing white pass a basketball between each other. And then there's people that are wearing white shirts and black shirts, both passing basketball to each other. And then at the end, it says, okay, how many times did the people in white pass a basketball to each other? But also, did you see the gorilla dance through the center of the screen? And there was a person in a gorilla costume that danced through the entire scene. But because you were so focused on the basketball, you didn't notice, most likely. And then they use that as a message of, it's hard to notice things you're not looking for, drive safe. Something along those lines. So, we have a car set up here. We do not. That's fair, Daedalus. It worked on me, because I genuinely did not notice. But if you caught it immediately, then... Seems like a weird thing to say, Havoc, but sure. Or, yeah, there's first-person view. Is that what you're talking about? Anyway. uh... Give it time. It's fine. So we grab this. And we're going to drive this car around here. This thing's in the way. Get this out of here. We have our first viewer that has noticed. Commenter that has noticed, at least. I bet there's folks in the YouTube VOD in the future here that are yelling at their monitor. Okay. We have one more item that's way the hell up. So what we might want to do is set up an explosion to knock it downward. Oh my god, I didn't reload after doing the nitroglycerin thing, so I'm out of nitro. Huh. That's fine though, I think, because I still have rocket launcher ammo. Make myself a nice view of it. How did that happen? Kippers, may I ask you go into third-person mode? Why, certainly. I can do that for you. Is that what you wanted?
Rabbit just cheered 100 bits.
Yes, every time I got into a vehicle, I made sure that ever so slightly you could see into the windows to notice that something was just a little bit off there. And at one point I drove a forklift, which didn't even have windows, and somehow y'all still didn't notice. Okay. I think I'm kind of set. The only thing I need now is one more car set up to drive me from the last object to my van. But yes. Thank you once again to, actually, yeah. Thank you once again to Daedalus1134, who is responsible for this 3D model of mine, and now this one too. Created in Magic of Voxel this time, and is a lovely representation of myself for the Teardown streams. Let's give it a try. Missed one. This route works, I just need to actually spray can it out. Because there's a target right there that I ran right past. Oh. I saw that. How to open any safe in 4 easy steps worth $99. If you'd like to read that document, or rather would like to learn that yourself, check out my previous stream in which I played Sophie's Safe Cracking Simulator as part of a Monday grab bag. Real safe cracking techniques you can use yourself. Grab, then turn straight around, jump up, go around, in, Fall down. Grab. Grab. So cool. Thank you, Daedalus. It certainly scratches some of those itches, for sure. But honestly, Sophie's Safe Cracking Simulator, because that one is a fully modeled and rendered safe and teaches you the actual physical mechanisms behind a safe and what makes them work, and what the flaws are inherent to the concepts behind a safe's design. Let's go. Easy. 35 minutes of prep. 50 seconds of theft.
Tality Havoc just cheered 100 bits.
We've been busy shoveling snow, it looks like.
To another place.
New tool. Cans of Blue Tide. Gives me a burst of speed. Pretty simple tool. Sonic Juice. Strategic partnership with Coiles Security, says newly appointed mall manager Aaron Gregorius. Any changes around the house that have occurred? About in the secret banana room. Nope. Easier just to do that than actually climb out of that damn spot. Looks like we started work on a painting, maybe. Pretty nice place, I gotta say. Really tuned this place up. You won't believe this. There's been another break-in, but this time at the repackaging hub at...
Have it just cheered 100 bits.
It appears that security was inadequate at best, so the manager has been released with immediate notice. Apparently someone has insights into my operation they should not have. The new manager has an inkling of who could be responsible, so the matter shall be discussed intently. If further knowledge is provided, I will likely need your assistance in this matter. So await further instructions. The shipping logs gave a hint, a very distant hint, actually. How would you feel about leaving the cold weather for a trip to Muratori Islands? It'll be like free vacation. Almost. Welcome to the tropics, everyone. What that is. The vacationer. Ah, yes, my luggage. Only these three, though, huh? Scurvy Tom's rum. A fine vintage. Bathroom door is jammed. This is just like Danganronpa. Not Scurvy Tom. He'll be drinking for ages. Hope you have settled in after the long flight, and sorry about the rest of your tools. Just couldn't find a way of getting them through security. My contact at the local PD gave me some intel on their alarm system. We need to shut it off in order to access their storage rooms. The alarm system can only be disabled unnoticed if the terminals are hacked within 1 minute. It's a bit of a run, but I have faith in you. Isla Estocastica. Tucked away tropical island in the Muratori where the secret blue tide ingredient is being synthesized and shipped to locale. That's a lot of faraway things. In 1 minute, huh? $30 brass knuckles. Gonna reset because I have a feeling those bullets are going to be precious. There. Rifle, hackable. So let's just make sure that we understand this right. Yep. Guns are the universal key. Let's see, though. Yep. They call it a skeleton key because it's a key that turns people into a skeleton, eventually. Goodness gracious, how am I gonna do this? Oh, there's a jeep on this island, so... I can reposition that to be over here. What is this thing, anyway? Money counter worth 50. Monkey hand, it's supposed to grant you wishes. 150. Run in, do that. Run back out. And probably cross the water here. Oh, what's this? Yeah, Teardown speedrun's gotta be real cool. How do I even get up there? Ugh. Sell. Weirdly difficult to find a path upward in this map. Just trying to climb. There we go. Unlikely for me to do speedrunning stuff for this game in particular. I enjoy it, but I don't think it's going to be my... unused mortar. Quick save. Might be useful. And once again, this is a situation where we can get this thing to hang downward. I need to test something. That is still considered a valid hacking target. Y'all ever break a palm tree with a hammer? Is that a thing humans do? Did not mean to do that. Ow. What about you? Am I allowed to knock you off here? Yeah. Oh no. I think I just had a realization. Well, the routing chances I've made should still be useful, but shouldn't I end my route at the place I started? Because that's what the escape boat is? That's what I just realized. Oh boy. I've been conceptualizing this map backwards the whole time. Golden bullets. Had to know. The slime with the golden gun. There's a man with a gun over there. Save. Pop. Can't around it. So, from here, and up across the bridge to the satellite dish, then shoot this cable to drop that down. Shoot this thing to drop the hacking terminal onto a boat that I'm driving. Go through the cavern, get that one. Go through the cavern, get that one, return, take a different boat, drive through here, get that one by dropping it into the water, then exit the boat. Oh, there's stuff in here. Pipe bombs and bombs. Okay. Precision scale, some cables. Carburetor. More planks, that'll be handy. A genuine peg leg. An honest to goodness actual peg leg. Oh, come on, really? Fine. Yeah, not much explosions we can do in this map because our supplies are limited, but we can do a couple at least. Skate. How did that unpick her? Like a roller skate? Oh, it's like a cooking thing. A cooking chamber. Oh, a blowtorch. Very good. Allow me to get through any other doors without wasting a bullet. Explosives. Jet ski engine. Heck yeah. I used to jet ski. Stand-up jet ski. Fun fact. Requires a lot more arm strength than you might imagine. Teapot, short and stout, worth 80 bucks. Please let it out. I'm just a little guy, short and stout, and it's my birthday. Please let me out. Let's actually continue our mission. A route is starting to form. Ah yes, a pair of bay rams. Bay rams. For some reason, that's like the only Skyrim mod that I know exists. Put a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses on every city card. Like, no other changes to the model, just they're wearing sunglasses now. Swank. It's gonna be a difficult shot, but... Oof. Out with it. Not even remotely close. Goodness gracious. This is one of the earliest, biggest bits of friction here. We can use the Jeep to accelerate that part too. I feel like this might be a hard one. Timer stops when you hack all of them? Oh my god, it says that. Oh my god, I didn't read the special rules for this map. Okay. I'm just going to bomb that wall open. I think I'm gonna call that good. I missed one optional objective, but honestly, that being my first missed optional throughout this entire playthrough, I don't think I mind that too much. Fancy snorkel. That'll teach me to actually read the objectives. Pina colada inside a coconut shell. Wow, that place looks lovely. Here's Cullington. It's all gray and slushy as usual. Make sure to enjoy your vacation. You deserve it. I actually got so envious I ordered one of those Sunny Mac solariums we've seen on TV. Hugs, Mom. Great that you managed to shut off the alarm. We need to proceed quickly before the night shift starts. Move the barrels from their storage rooms to secure evidence. Bring them with you and local PD will have them shipped to me. Moving the goods. Move at least 3 heavy barrels to the escape boat. No alarms. This is a hauling mission. Wonder what the twist is going to be. They're a tad heavy, but it's going to Gotta be something more to it than that, isn't there? It's gotta be. Careful. Okay, quick save. Grab the next. Bust another hole. Come on. There. We can attach it to a car or something, but just need to get that onto the main road there. Any other goodies or tools around? Box of planks. Well, I gave myself a different problem. I don't have anything to cut the cable with. So close. Oh my god. This is so dumb. Oh. Of all the difficulties to have in this level, I could never have imagined that this would be the problem. Unbelievable. I just gotta find more tools somewhere. Absolutely ridiculous. Tropical helmet. And a couple of shotgun shells, so. Quick save. Pop. There we go. Tie the barrels together. And head over to this tuning kit. What kind of tuning? Like radio channel, maybe? Or like guitar? Yep, that's it. Smashed a bottle of nitroglycerin with a sledgehammer. Somehow didn't die. Okay, that's one barrel out. I do have a bit of a serious question for y'all, viewers, though. The question is A, the version of Teardown that I remember ended at part 1, like when we escaped with a helicopter chasing us through the main town. Everything past that, part 2, dodging the robots, all that stuff, is new to me. And some of me streaming this was under the impression of how long the original game was. And so this has kind of become the longest running feature I've done yet. And I guess my question to the audience is, do I keep playing this? Do I see this game through to its end, wherever that may be? Some of it is just because, you know, my several games that I've done for Monday Grab Bag have just been, I play long enough for you to get the idea, so to speak, and then leave the rest of it for you to seek out should you so choose. And I don't know. This is my first time doing a really extended feature by my standards. And wonder if you're still rolling with it. Vibing with it. I am enjoying playing it, but there's a little bit of just the... You know, I want to run this as a show, you know? And part of me is wondering... should I keep going with this particular feature? What would I be playing next if I stopped? Something shorter form for sure. One idea I've had is Loop Hero. That'd probably be 2 or 3 episodes. 3 or 4.
To another place.
Turn Teardown into a I Am Between series game. That could be a good idea. Refined Self. That one I haven't played yet. Could be interesting to do that alongside the community, because that game is about finding an identity for yourself as a clockwork robot doll. And so that could be an interesting thing where we have the viewers kind of decide our personality in that regard. Refined Self, the personality test game. Another game by the person who made 7 Days to End with You. And let me check something really quick here. Loop Hero is one of them, but I feel like I wrote down 2 ideas. I did not write down either idea, but I had 2 ideas in my head at one point. Whoops. Refined Self is also a game that, again, I haven't played, so I don't know what to expect. I was certainly surprised by the secret hatch in Theo's room that we found in 7 Days to End with You, because I had never solved that on my own, and that was quite shocking to me. That might buy me enough room to get the barrel through. Yeah, it doesn't fit through the door, but if you burn away the metal rim of the door, then it fits through that. That's amazing. Hilarious. Another thing I've really wanted to do, and yeah, I think part of it is just I've got 2 long-term streams going, you know? I'm gonna keep doing the Toho Project stuff on Wednesdays, and I've got this, which has turned into a long-form stream, which I didn't entirely expect, as I mentioned. And Monday grab bags are for things that are extremely short, and so there's no dedicated time for mid-length stuff. But one thing I've wanted to do is also highlight some retro games through emulation. Some games that I liked as a kid that also did interesting and fascinating things with the medium. People have been experimenting with game design forever, you know? And so you'll absolutely find NES games and PlayStation 1 and 2 games that also do odd stuff, and I can think of several off the top of my head that I could potentially show off. There's a couple of NES games that suck. Nonetheless, I like them. Because, by goodness, they had an idea and they went for it. Was it a good idea? Probably not. That didn't stop them, though. What if we made a platformer that was nothing but ice physics? Everyone loves to do that, right? Everyone loves ice physics. What if we made an NES game that was a first-person shooter, a side-scrolling shooter, like side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, a top-down shoot-'em-up, a side-scrolling character action game, all in one. Oh, and also a visual novel. And the answer would be, the NES doesn't have enough space for that. And the answer they said is, we don't care. But yeah, just this game can be rather slow-paced, you know? Moving the goods.
See how they shine.
Tality Havoc just cheered 100 bits.
A Blue Tide and Scurvy Tom's Rum mixed drink. Looks like there might be stuff to find on our personal island here. On our hideout. Don't rightly know what that is. Trash. A little bit of a coral reef or a tide pool, maybe? Yay, I flew a kite. That's how you do that, right? Just sort of fling it. Shelving units in the water? Weird. Yeah. Oh. Oh, it's a car. It's a sunken car. Feed the electric eels a battery. Good point. Where did I throw that thing? Just sort of tossed it. Or did I throw it into the water already? I think I might have thrown it in the water already. The electric eels will have to get their charge elsewhere. There we go. Be free, battery. What's this thing? A 3-person kayak shaped like a banana, I guess? Ha. Oh, it's a towing toy. That's really cute. I like that. Normal buoy. Just got a note from the local PD. The barrels are secured and being shipped to Lockel at this very moment. I have just one thing to ask before you can return home. There's already a shortage of blue tide, and if we manage to cut the supply chain for this key ingredient, we could keep it off the shelves until I have a case against amanitides. You didn't hear this from me, but causing a bit of havoc to the Muratori operation would probably do the trick. Guards must have already noticed your visit by now, so you might want to stay out of sight. Havoc in paradise. Guard helicopter. How am I gonna break that thing without any... Oh, like that. Yeah. Sucker. Thanks for buying me a way in. Damn it. Hey. I don't know what I expected. Hmm. Is there a way to get back to the main areas? I want to see if I got more tools and stuff. Ah, well. Let's see. Been going for an hour 50. I think I might call it there for today's Teardown. And left a boomerang on the roof. Right over to Nairi? Yeah, sure. And I think I might turn this into...
Fatality Habit just cheered 100 bits.
Thank you, as always. I might turn this into a sort of... Maybe when multiplayer is out of beta, I'll return to this in order to do a bit of multiplayer with friends. Something like that. Something special with it, you know? But as for now, I think I'm going to call this feature more or less complete for the moment. And I'm going to work on getting streamable emulation stuff ready so I can show you some NES games that I had as a kid and still have tucked away. Fire those up, show those off. Yeah, like, I can't believe they actually got multiplayer, like, online multiplayer working for this game. That sounds wild to me. Multiplayer heisting sounds really cool. So I think for Friday, you're just gonna have to see what I have to cook up, you know? Decent chance that it's going to be a new feature of Loop Hero. But in addition, like I mentioned, chance that on either Monday grab bag will be a retro grab bag, or maybe on a Friday feature. Loop Hero is an absolutely gorgeous game, and I look forward to showing it to you all. Tricky ghosts. Eh. On the list someday. There's also a couple of story time with Moo potential things that we could be doing. In any case, though, that's going to do it for today's stream. Thank you all for joining me. And as mentioned before, I have the very start of a personal website set up, slime.center. And let's raid on over to Nairi. Start raid.
To another place.
Ah, playing Like a Dragon Ishin. Yakuza series, but... well, a bit of a longer time ago than Yakuza 0. Until next time, friends, and we'll see what Friday brings us. To another place.
Destructive.